Да поканя на сцената доктор Мел Gill. For a few moments to spend with me, because today I have promised to do one thing, and that's to change your life forever. Now, I'm a psychologist, and most psychologists on the planet know that 95% of the world's population suffers from one kind of mental illness or another. 95%. We call this loose class of illnesses schizophrenia. Now, the loose definition of schizophrenia is to not be able to tell what is real from what is imagined. To not be able to tell what is fantasy from reality. So as a result, if we are talking in a room and someone comes in, we stop talking, the thought in the person's head is, they are talking about me. And that's paranoia, part of schizophrenia. But as soon as they walk out and we continue talking, now they are sure we are talking about them. And so they plan revenge. That's mental illness. I spend a lot of time in mental hospitals and a lot of time in the real world, and that's not much different. It's true. And I'm not trying to be funny or anything like this. They say that people don't understand if they're crazy or not crazy. The first thing that all people come to me to ask, Dr. Mel, am I crazy? My usual answer would be no, come sit down, I'll help you. But now I always say yes. But let me tell you by how much. The difference in the world is this. I mean, in Bulgaria, in Sofia, they said that 1 out of 4 people are mentally ill. Now think of your 3 friends, closest friends. Form a picture of them. If they are all normal, then you're the one. I'm just kidding, that's a joke. The problem with us is we don't really know what is true and what is not true. And since the advent of The Secret, when it first came out, a lot of people have been asking me a lot of questions. In fact, when it first came out, Bob Proctor came up to me. We were doing a seminar for the Napoleon Hill Foundation. I think it was in Malaysia or something like that. And then Bob said, hey, I'm involved in this film a long time ago. What do you think about it? I said, you look like an idiot. You sound like an idiot. Because, you know, I know Bob Proctor for most of my life. And we worked on seminars together and get-rich seminars, born-rich seminars is what they were called at that time. And he said that I was filmed for 2 hours, but they only used 10 minutes of my entire video. And they focused on the law of attraction, but you and I know the law of attraction is a lot different than just wishing for something and then making it happen. You put a picture of a Ferrari or a Lamborghini up on the wall, it does not become reality immediately. I know, because Cindy Crawford has not told me in 15 years. So, we have to find out what is this thing called the law of attraction. So I said, Bob, let's make another movie. He said, you got it. I'll support you 100%. Let's call it The Meta Secret, Beyond the Secret. And let's tell everybody how the law of attraction works. So the movie was created, and as of today, happy on the outside, but I'm happy on the inside. I said, what the hell is that? So, if I'm looking at you like this, I'm actually smiling. Really? How do you have orgasms? I don't understand this. Sorry, I'm just kidding. Are there children in this room? No? Those who are children, raise your hand. Come talk to me afterwards. Okay, good. So I'm safe to use some language and some stories and some jokes. Otherwise, some jokes I cannot tell. Now, the funny thing about the law of attraction is this, people. You're happy on the inside as well as the outside, especially your computer works. Here we go. Demeter asked me, do you need positive thinking? Let's make this a positive thinking day. Positive thinking is not helpful. It's not at all. No one can be positively thinking all the time unless you are smoking drugs or something like this. It's very difficult. Because negative things happen all the time. The world is full of problems. Your life is full of problems. You've got relationships with people, and that's creating a lot of problems. How many people here are married? Raise your hand. Good. Those who are happily married go like this. Those who are not happily married go like this. If you're with your spouse, do this. Otherwise, there's going to be problems when you go home. So, wait a minute. So those who are not married, raise your hand. There are people who are not raising their hand for either one. You're either mentally ill, or you are, oh, I'm sorry, there is a third category. You are single people involved with married people. That's another one. That's the last one. Now, I was standing back there, and I was listening to all of you, looking at all of you, and I went back there to look at all of you, and I noticed, maybe Dimitar is right. Maybe Bulgarians are unhappy. Yeah, you all look like this. And I thought maybe you're tired. But maybe the reason is because you are married. Most married people, the funniest thing is they look like that every morning. They get up happy, look in the mirror, and all of a sudden say, oh yeah, I'm married. I'm not kidding. I'm not against marriage. I'm for marriage. And I support marriage. If you are married, please stay married, because your answer to life's questions and the power you possess is to solve your marital problems and not find somebody else and make them miserable as well. You laugh 2 minutes later when they interpret. So the difficulty comes when you take a look at marriage is your spouse is the person that trusted you, believed in you, and you are the best salesperson in the world. You convinced your spouse that you were the best product in the market. And they bought it. Now they have buyer's remorse. For those of you who are single and want to get married, I have one question for you. What's wrong with you? Are you lonely? If you're lonely, nobody else is going to solve your problems for you. No law. You can use the law of attraction to draw someone to you, but trust me, it is easier to get than to get rid of. It is easier to get into a relationship than to get rid of. If you don't believe me, ask Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. So if you want to be a millionaire, because Demeter said that people in Bulgaria want to have more money. Is that right? Yeah. Okay, sometimes whenever I ask the question, people don't answer, and that's okay. They tell me that Bulgarians are shy, so they don't answer my questions. But I don't believe that that is true. I believe that Bulgarians don't realize I'm asking a question. So they don't know to answer. So every time I ask a question, I'll say, that's a question. And you will help me here. How many people here, by the time I finish this program in 2 hours or so, 2.5, would like to have brought more love into your life? Raise your hand. Now, those who are married, more love, not lovers. Love. Okay, good. How many of you would use the law of attraction to find more satisfaction in your life? Raise your hand. Happiness, satisfaction. Good. Wow. You're at the right place. This is how your life is going to transform. I'm going to teach you all of this stuff because it's long overdue. I wrote this book, The Men of Secret, simply because I was a bit lazy. I hate talking to people and traveling around. I like helping people, but waking up in strange places, I think I'm more familiar with hotel rooms than I am with my own house. The other day, I woke up in Chicago, literally, and I'm not kidding, I woke up in Chicago, woke up in my own bedroom, and I asked myself, which hotel is this? It looks not familiar. I didn't know where I was. I wrote this book to have everything that I am teaching you today is in this book, but I'm going to expand it a little bit more. You do not need positive thinking. Positive thinking just makes the journey to your path easier. What you need is positive focus. Focus is different. When you look at an Olympian, and he's starting at the track, and he's looking at the goal, it's a 100-meter drive, he doesn't sit and talk to you, hey, hi, how's the family? Everything all right with you? Okay, on your mark, get set, I'll talk to you later. Cool. They don't talk to each other, they focus. So they stand here, the goal is over there. And because they stand here, the goal is over there, they look at completing the goal and nothing else. But if they look at the obstructions, if they see the little pebbles along the way, those focusing will stop them or slow them down. So when you focus on the obstacles, you will slow down. You may not reach your goal. Positive thinking is not necessary. Positive thinking just makes you a pleasant person. That's all. Some people who achieve their goals, have you noticed, are not very pleasant people? Have you noticed this? Yeah. They're not nice people, some of them also. And some of them are real downright. There's no English translation for the word a-hole, is there? Translate. She has a tough time. So, I hear her. She's tough. Afterwards, she's going to slap me. The thing is, you need a positive mental attitude, a positive mindset. And the way to do this is very simple. You spend all of your life training yourself to become miserable. You step out of the house and say, it's too hot. Or you step out and say, it's too cold. There's no middle way. It's like most of you who are driving. Have you noticed this? Drivers, those who drive, raise your hand. Good, fantastic. For the rest of you, that was a question. But when you're driving, have you noticed that the driver behind you is too fast and the driver in front is too slow? Yeah. Have you noticed that? That you're the only one going at the perfect speed? Yeah. All of life is like this. It's all about you. It's not about the other person. But when you start to understand other people, you start to relax a little bit more. That's why the Dalai Lama, who is going to be in my next movie called Anything is Possible, the Dalai Lama has a simple book out, The Path to Happiness, How to Become Happy. You have to be taught how to become happy because 30, 40 years of your life you practice misery. The day is lousy. I go to work, my job sucks. I hate my job. I hate my boss. He's the same word. You fill in the blank. I hate my family. My children don't listen to me anymore. And my wife and my husband don't talk to me. And I think they're having an affair. I'm not sure. And by the time work is finished, I'll be piled up. I won't know what to do. I'm miserable. And so your mind listens to you and gives you what you want. And so you are miserable because that's the only thing you hear. And your mind is very powerful. And trust me, coming from a psychologist, everything you say is being heard. Maybe not by others, but by you. And what are you thinking about yourself? Now, just now I said that you all look miserable coming in. I think I know the reason. It's because, now it's what, 10:30, 11? That's the question. Thank you. More or less.
Really?
Wait, hold on. 5 compliments. 6. Oh, am I going the wrong way? Go back. 3 compliments. You have received at least 2. Oh my God. 1? At least 1? Oh, just a few. No wonder. See, that's the cause of it. Before I continue on positive mindset, I cannot teach a whole bunch of people about positive mindset with all of you looking like this. I understand. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Stay where you are in your seat. Don't move because somebody will take your place. Apparently, we're too much people. So, those of you who don't have seats out there, there's space right here. Come on back if you don't mind, if you're not afraid. See, nobody will do that because they're afraid. If somebody made that offer to me, I would bring my chair, I'll sit right here, because that's the best view in the house. Here's the thing. You are now going to turn to the person behind you, and if there's nobody behind you, turn to the person in front of you, and if there's nobody in front of you, turn to the person beside you, and if there's nobody beside you, turn to the person on the other side, and you are going to give them one sincere compliment from your heart. Now wait. Hang on. Instructions. Hang on. Here, Graham, come on up here. I don't want you to do this. Do not do this because this is going to hurt the other guy. Do this. When you approach them, don't hold their hand and go, hi, and then you're looking for a compliment after meeting them. Find something nice about them, approach them and say, hey, you have a great smile. Great. Fantastic. And that's a compliment from the heart. The other thing is, also do not give a compliment that's not personal. Make it personal. The worst compliment I heard in Bulgaria is that the chair you're sitting on is beautiful. What kind of compliment is that? Now, you have 1 minute to give out 4 compliments. Do it now. Welcome back. Some people still giving compliments. That's good. 2 things usually happen when I ask people to do this. People go out and they give out 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all the guy says to do, so I'll do 4. And you'll sit. How many people gave out more than 4? Raise your hand. More than 4. Good for you. Your lives are going to change. If you are doing sales or in network marketing or in some place where relationships are more important, like insurance sales or things like that, remember one thing. People do not buy your product. It is not your product they buy. They buy you. And if they like you, whatever you sell, they will buy. This is the language of sales in the world. This is the paradigm I teach salespeople to move from less than 200,000 a year in gross sales to more than 2 million a year in gross sales. And all of them successful because the people are more important than the product. Trust me. So, the second thing that happens is nobody ever comes up and compliments me. But it's okay, I'll live. Life is a series of becoming very, very wealthy. We'll start with the wealth part. How do you create and generate wealth? Well, very simple. You need to be able to understand that besides having computers to work, you need to pay attention to the fact that you don't have to do things in a particular fashion and so on and so forth, or follow a set of instructions. Always follow the words of people who've already made millions, or people, if you want to be a best-selling author, talk to people who are now best-selling authors, and they will teach you how it's done, step by step. It's not easy, it's hard work. First of all, you have to choose the titles. First of all, you got to choose a great publisher, from each country. You That's how much money they have. And then some other ideologies come in that simply say things like this: money does not buy you happiness. Have you noticed this? Have you heard this?
Yes.
Well, that's true, but spending it brings you happiness. That's the paradox, isn't it? And yet, when we look at people who are wealthy, we become jealous. How did he make his money? He must be in drugs, or selling something, or illegal, or getting a bribe. And apparently that's a big thing here as well. Is that right? Right, yeah. You should change the theme song of this country to "Here Comes the Bride, Here Comes the Bride." Just kidding. Anyway, I'm getting a real education in Bulgaria about the way you think. Let's change that thinking. The mindset is what you need, not the tools. You can buy all the tools you want. You can buy them at a secret, and it will help as a set of tools to help you. You can buy internet marketing program, and it will help you, but it's not that. It's a mindset. What would you like to do with that wealth? That's the question. What would you like to do? Just curious. Let me pick one or two people to ask this question. Ma'am, since you're unfortunate enough, blue dress, light blue dress, looking at me, hoping I'm not pointing at you, yes? Could you go to that microphone and tell me what is the first thing you would do when you get money? Yes, it's you, yes. Microphone, yes. Thank you for volunteering. Anytime today, man. What would you like to do? Oh, this. Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, yes, I forgot where I was. Sorry. Say that again one more time. Sorry, for me. You'll go to Tibet. Fantastic. Good. Now, the problem with a lot of people is they don't have a goal of what they want to do with the money. So you make a financial goal. You stick a picture up on the wall, and you put there what's a reasonable amount you want to make. 100,000, 200,000 this year. So you put the dollar sign there. It has no meaning, no emotional energy. She has now put emotional energy. With this money, I now want to go to Tibet, where people don't need money. Just kidding. But she's going to go there. So now she's thinking of Tibet. I love to see. She's imagining the air. She's imagining meeting the next Dalai Lama. She's imagining going to the Potala. She's imagining waking up every day. And that energy makes her get up in the morning and work harder towards that goal. You see what I mean? That's the difference that makes a difference for a lot of people. So you have the money goal, but trust me, numbers don't mean anything. You know how I know? Because not everybody has learned mathematics very well in school, have you?
Yeah.
How many people here are good in mathematics? Raise your hand. Really? I'm going to test you. Between Sofia and Bulgaria, you're going to do a problem. You're going to solve a problem without writing on paper, in your head. Between Sofia and Slevin, it's a distance of 300 kilometers. kindergarten, and the teacher was all showing off how smart her pupils were. And they were kindergarten. I mean, we're talking 7, 8-year-old little kids. And she put a picture of the world up on the board and said, "Class, where is the equator?" Johnny in the back, raising his hand. Who, me, I'm right. I know. And teacher said, "Johnny, where is the equator?" "In the top." The teacher's face changed color. She became possessed. "What? You're always talking. You're not paying attention. Yesterday I told you how many times?" And she shouted at Johnny, 6-year-old, 7-year-old, shouted at him, "This is in the middle. You understand? Write it down 100 times. The rest of the class saw what happened to Johnny. And as the teacher said, "Who else knows the answer?" Everybody went, "No." Okay. Sorry. So that's why we're afraid for opportunity, because we're afraid of what could happen to us if we volunteered, if we spoke up, if we went ahead. That's the problem with us. So it's not so much in the tools we have, it's the mindset. What are you thinking about? Do you deserve wealth? Yes, you do. Undo the learning that you learned all this time, because I'm going to teach you a new way to think. First thing I'm going to do is get a new computer. Okay, here we go. So we have a millionaire mindset. And by the way, all of this will be available to you. You can photograph it if you like. My job on this earth, before I die, is to give all my information as free as I can. But my publisher has a bad habit of eating and buying a house and all this, so she'll charge for the books. We just charge to pay for the plays and this, but my job is to do this for 5,000, 4,000, 10,000 people all around the planet. You know, I forgot to tell you, I know Dimitri said something about why I'm doing it for free and this. You know why I'm doing this? That's the question.
No.
Because I'm dying. See, I didn't tell you this. I am dying. Yeah. But then so are you. You are going to die. Nobody reminded you, and everyone I said that to said, "Don't remind me." Why? What? You're going to die. You will never get out of this life alive. Never. None of you are going to make it. So you have one life to live. Maybe 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years, depending on how you eat. Because I've had Bulgarian food last night, and I don't know how you guys live so long. It is rich and creamy and buttery and all the things my doctor said not to eat. But anyway, that's a different story. But here's the thing. You have one life, and why not live this life with courage? Go for the dream. The worst that can happen is you will fail. That's it. And start again, right? If you don't try it, what's going to happen? You're guaranteed not to succeed. So it's the same thing. I'm going to teach you to have courage. And by the way, the word courage comes from the Latin word cor, C-O-R, which means heart. So today, if there's anything, I want to change your heart. The way you see the world, the way you see yourself. So if you don't end up being happier, then maybe you'll make somebody else happy. Would that be nice?
Yeah.
Good. To 4 people, it will be nice. So let me show you how this is done. Now, if you start to attend motivational seminars, buy CDs and all of this, play it over and over again, yes, some things will happen in your subconscious mind. But you need to also practice. I could give you a tennis racket, and I could give you a tennis ball, and I could teach you everything that Andre Agassi knows. But unless you practice, and practice, and practice, you will never be good. Is that right?
Yeah.
So you got to practice. So it's not listening that will change your life. It's putting into effect everything I'm about to tell you. And it's not mumbo jumbo. It is not airy-fairy. It is pure psychology. No one taught you how your brain operates. Now, this is not new. This is not something I invented. This has been around for a few hundred years. One of the major reasons I'm here is to find and talk to a friend who has become a friend in this last year, Georgi Lozanov. Do you remember him? That's the question. He is a Bulgarian hero. This man, single-handedly, 50 years ago, invented something called super learning. He taught the world what I am telling you now. Conscious mind, subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind can do more than you have been told. School has damaged you. School has turned you around, and you have learned crap in school that you don't need. How many of you, like me, went and studied mathematics and all these other things, and are you using any of that stuff in your daily life? Not at all. None of you, right? Yeah. So why are you forcing your children to do the same thing? There are two things you need to learn in school. One, how to make money, which is what you end up after leaving school to go do, make money. The second thing is how to be happy. They don't teach you that. The teachers teach you how to become miserable. And the third thing you need to learn, the most important thing, is how to let go. Because all of life is about letting go. You start, first of all, with youth. You get older and older and older. No matter how much you dye your hair, no matter how much you pull these up, eventually everything is going to get old. Some people say, oh, it's bad to ask me my age. What? You think by lying about your age, people cannot tell by looking at you? It's so easy. It's so easy to tell. So accept that, and it becomes part of you. So life is like this as well. You must pay attention to your subconscious mind. Sir, we are told that thoughts lead to feelings, lead to actions, lead to results. But where do thoughts come from? They come from the mind. Really? Okay, so mind generates thoughts, but your mind is an amazing thing. It is not local. In other words, it is not in your brain. Your mind is somewhere else, and we don't know where that where else is. Scientists are still searching and researching, trying to figure out, is memory holographic? In other words, memory is not part of your brain. It is outside of your brain. Now that's amazing. Your mind may truly be a quantum mind. Whatever you conceive and believe, you will make happen. So the young lady wants to go to Tibet, and she conceives that and sees it and creates a vacuum in her life, and then has a target of what to achieve. And that target becomes more real and more achievable and full of energy. And so she starts to make that happen. But your subconscious mind gives your mind all kinds of thoughts. Subconscious mind is amazing. What does it look like? Well, you don't want to repeat the same problems. There's a problem over there. Everybody approaches life, they don't know how to be happy. It's like starting from one end, going to the other. They don't know how to make wealth. Start at one end, you're still stuck. You go this way, you're stuck. You go that way, you're stuck. I'll tell you a story. I love telling stories because stories emulate the point. One day there were 3 priests that were in a boat. They decided to get away from their congregation, the people that attend their churches. One was a Buddhist priest, a Hindu monk, and a Catholic priest. So they went in the boat, and they were in the middle of a lake. And then all of a sudden they said, oh, we cannot have a picnic out here because we forgot to bring the sandwiches. Who is going to go get the sandwich? The Buddhist monk said, I will go. So he stands up, jumps off the side of the boat, walks on the top of the water, jumps on the land, gets the sandwiches, walks back on the top of the water, and jumps back in the boat. The Catholic priest was looking at them going, did I just see a miracle? Oh my God. And then they were going to continue, but then they said, oh, we cannot have a picnic because someone forgot to bring the tea. Who's going to go get the tea? So the Hindu monk said, I will. Stands up, jumps off the side of the boat, walks on the top of the water, jumps onto the land, grabs the tea, walks back on the top of the water, jumps back in the boat. By now the Catholic priest was sweating. I don't remember if I had lunch or not. That conscious mind, it doesn't pay attention. That conscious mind, the subconscious mind takes care of all the things you don't pay attention to. Like your breathing, for instance. Now that I mention your breathing, you're going, okay, now I'm in control. But 5 seconds ago, who was in control? Your subconscious mind, the unaware part of you. If I took this young woman down into a hypnotic state, and hypnosis is not what you see on movies, that's rubbish, that's nonsense. In fact, I'm a clinical hypnotherapist. In other words, I take people back to a time when they were raped as children, and I try to bring back that memory so we can deal with it. And we can cure them and help them pass all of the pain. But here's the thing. If I took her down in that hypnotic state and I asked her the same question, what did you have for lunch? I had 4,942 grains of rice, and then I had and she'll describe everything on the plate, right to the last ounce. I also had a drink, the person I was talking to, we talked about this. That's how powerful your brain is. Georgi Lozanov told you this 50 years ago. 50 years ago. I'm about to take one of your citizens and I'm going to make him an international star. I'm going to make sure that the whole world knows that you have a hero living in your midst. You must. No, haven't done it yet. Do it after. Because this man changed the world's thinking about conscious and subconscious mind. He allowed the Bulgarian army to learn a new language like French in 1 month. 30,000 word vocabulary. Your army commanders and all of that walked into a French restaurant to test. And without knowing it, they started speaking French fluently and ordering fluently. This is how your mind is so powerful. Your children are being taught wrong things in school. School has damaged them and continues to damage them because it damaged you first. Because you've been taught wrong things. Even reading is wrong. You know, you read from left to right, like this? Yeah. That's not how your mind operates. I mean, have you ever seen a picture of a great scene and you go, oh, this is beautiful? Do you look like that? No. You see it as one picture, don't you? And your brain absorbs the whole thing. This is how we teach children in super learning, and Georgi is teaching children in super learning how to read. Like this, like this, like this, at this speed. And they understand everything. Everything has been designed to teach you the opposite. So, your brain has several frequencies or rhythms. And these frequencies decide if you are in a conscious state or an unconscious state or in a state in which you can access your subconscious mind. The beta state is the normal state of consciousness. It goes erratic like this. Then you have the alpha state, which is more smooth rhythm. Alpha music, when you hear a thunderstorm outside, when it's raining and there's thunder, the Earth's ionosphere bounces off the sound to create 7.8 hertz per second frequency. And that frequency is alpha. So that's why whenever it's raining outside and there's thunder and lightning, you start to feel sleepy. Because your brain is going into alpha mode. Oh, it's so nice to sleep. And you start to drift off into sleep. Now, is it useful? Yes, it is. Because you access your subconscious mind. You go deeper in your brainwaves. Theta is useful for all of those things that monks do. They study these monks who don't eat, don't drink, who sit up and meditate, don't sleep, some of them, and amazing things they can do. They can raise their body temperatures so that they can sit in snow and not feel cold. They'll melt the snow around them. This is what they would do. And then if it's very, very hot outside, they're okay as well. They're very cool and everybody else is sweating. They go into that state of mind. Then, of course, beyond that, you have delta. Delta is when you go into deep sleep. Most of you who kind of meditate, how many people meditate? Deepak Chopra teaches the world how to meditate. Meditation is only for one thing. It's not religious, it's just meant to calm you down. Because the world is too much, too many things to do. You need to center yourself, calm down, and know what you want. And when you are clear, life becomes clear as well. This program was made in Bulgaria. Wow. I'm just kidding. Let me go past it. I did some experiments with some people who were interviewing me in my hotel room earlier yesterday, and I asked them, they were sitting there for about half an hour, and I asked them, what is the color of the floor, the carpeting that you're sitting on, you're standing on? And they closed their eyes, of course. Half of them, it was a blue carpet. Half of them said it's red with green designs, yellow with all kinds of... Then they opened their eyes and looked and said, holy crap. They didn't pay attention. I'll show you how you don't pay attention. Would you all like to look around the room very carefully? I'm going to ask you a question about the room. Look around. Pay attention to everything. Got it? Close your eyes. Eyes closed. I promise not to hypnotize you. Take longer than that. Close your eyes. I'm going to ask you some questions. No cheating, no cheating. What is the color of the chair you are sitting on? Is it blue?
Red.
How many people say blue? Raise your hand.
Blue.
How many people say red? Raise your hand. How many people say gray? Raise your hand. How many people say, what seat are you talking about? Raise your hand. Take a look at the seat. Oh, yeah, I'm not paying attention. Now, focus on everything that's red in this room. Try to find the red things. I'm going to ask you a question about the red things. Look at anything red in the room. Very quickly. 2 more seconds, 3 more seconds. Eyes closed. Eyes closed, eyes closed, eyes closed, eyes closed, eyes closed, eyes closed. Name something blue. Some of you are paying attention. Eyes open. Some of you are paying attention. Yes, you pay attention to this. You are aware, very aware. But most of the rest of us are so focused on what we have to pay attention to, all things red, we do not see opportunities. That's the way you are in your conscious living. We see our problems. That's all we see. We see our limitations. That's all we see. We see our obstacles, and that's all we see. But we cannot see the opportunity that comes up. You cannot see that there is a way out. You cannot find a solution because you're not paying attention to everything else. And here's the paradox. The calmer you are, the easier it is to spot opportunities. Those of you who try to solve problems, if you are creative, artist, modeler, programmer, have you noticed that when you work very hard, it's hard to find the answer. When you relax, all of a sudden the answer comes to you. Yeah. Is it magic? No. It's your subconscious mind going into alpha rhythm. And that's where you access complete memory. All I do is go around the world to all the children of the world who score D's and E's and F's. And within 3 days, they are scoring A's. Why? Because I show them how to access their perfect memory. You all already have a perfect memory. Your mind remembers everything you have heard, everything you have seen, everything you have read, everything you have touched, tasted, and smelled. The problem is recall. You are not able to remember. Calmer you are, the easier it is to recall. It's like the genie that we're talking about. Have you noticed in the genie in the secret, you make a wish, and the genie's major word to you is, your wish is my command. Well, your subconscious mind is like the genie. Your subconscious mind is actually telling you in many ways, even though they're brought up since childhood, your subconscious mind has only one function. Your conscious mind is to see and assimilate everything. Your subconscious mind is like a child almost, but it has one big function and it is huge, and this is the last one. I know you came here to listen. You don't want to talk to each other. You do? Okay. She'll leave her phone number behind. Come talk to her later. Just kidding. I want you to give out only one compliment. So I want you to turn to the person to the left of you, or the person to the right, or the person behind, or the person in front. One person, only one person. And I want you to give them only one compliment about yourself. So you turn to them and you will say, I am beautiful. I am handsome. I am smart. I am incredible. I am 9 inches. Whatever. You decide. Do it now. Oh, wait. If you don't do it there, I will look at you. You will come up here and you will give that compliment to everybody. Everybody does it. Everyone does it. I was in New York City. I was in New York City 10 years ago, and I was doing a program to teach models how to have more confidence and to have more power and the way they walk. Because when you are selling fashion, you have to look the part. Have you noticed that models look very confident?
Yeah.
They're the ones who walk on the stage and say, you can't afford this. They walk like that. My job was to teach them to have more confidence. So, as if they could have more confidence. That was a beautiful, beautiful model, and she was stunning. Dimitar, you would fall in love. Your mouth would just... He has problems with beautiful women. But... And I said to her, young lady, and I'm very free with my compliments, young lady, you are the most beautiful woman I have ever seen. You are stunning. And she said, I know. I know. She said, she started flicking her hair, but my hair. There's something wrong with my hair. I looked at her hair. It's the kind of hair we all wish we had, you know? The shampoo commercials, you know, the hair flies off like that. It's gorgeous, it's beautiful hair. But to everyone that complimented her and said she was beautiful, she said exactly the same thing. My hair, there's something wrong with my hair. The next day, I heard the senior vice executive of this Revlon Corporation talk to his junior executive and said, we must use this model. She is gorgeous and she's confident. We must use her in our ad. The senior executive said, I don't think so. There's something wrong with her hair. Where did he get that idea? Where did he get that idea from? From her mouth. Now, the people around you in this room, I bet most of you have never met them. You'll have a chance to meet them during the break. But most of the people you meet can only know you, not because they're psychic, and read my thoughts, I'm a nice person, I'm a nice person. No, they only know who you are from what you say. So if you introduce yourself as, yeah, I'm not a very confident person, I can't do this very well. I'm miserable. Depressed. Not very rich. Pretty soon, that kind of honesty gets you into a lot of trouble. But if you want to meet somebody for the very first time, tell them the good things about you. There must be some good things about you. Write them down. If you forget, write it on a piece of paper, put it in your wallet. Every time you forget, pull it out, read it again. And you will start to remember. These good things will be what other people will know. You ask me who I am? I am probably one of the world's best speakers. Probably one of the world's best. I know I'm at least the top 10. But it's not about being the number one. That's not important. I also know that I'm here to change at least 1 billion lives on this planet. And when I do that, I can die happily. Before, I haven't done it yet. Not afterwards. I'll come back to Bulgaria and say, I did it. I've done it already. I'm now resting. I'm not going to talk anymore. But here's the thing. Why am I doing it? Because I love to meet people. I love to change lives. Because when we we die, which you're going to do, you and I will meet in the Starbucks in the sky. We will have a latte, and we will discuss how we affected each other. Because in as much as I am helping you, you are also helping me. Because I am not just a teacher, I'm also your student. You're teaching me what works for you and what doesn't. After this seminar, I will make myself available out there and we will talk about your life. And you will say, yes, I heard what you said, but my life is this and this and this, and let me tell you, it's more miserable than anybody else in the room. Okay, come, let's talk. And I will teach you this, whatever you need to learn, as long as I can do it. If you allow me to drink my latte while I talk to you, and it can happen. Now, the subconscious mind programs are formed as a child. And you have to understand that school has damaged you. Want to do one more test? You see how school has damaged you? I have a friend. His name is Johnny. One day when Johnny was home, a burglar, a thief, broke into the house. He stole all the cash, jewelry, gold, silver, put it into a bag, and he walked out the same window that he came in. And as he walked out the window with the bag of money and loot and stolen stuff, he looked at my friend Johnny and smiled and laughed. Why didn't my friend Johnny stop the burglar? I'm sorry, say it again? He was Santa Claus. Very good. This is Bulgaria. In the rest of the world, Santa Claus leaves things. I didn't tell you this. It's my fault. I'm sorry. I forgot this is Bulgaria. No wonder you didn't. Christmas, Santa Claus came to my house, took all my things. In America, he leaves things. Why didn't my friend Johnny stop the burglar? Come on, just some answers. Remember the little kid Johnny in school raised his hand? Don't be afraid. I am a kind teacher, right? I will not scream at you.
Because Johnny was afraid.
What?
Smile. He gave a smile.
He gave a smile.
Yeah, he wasn't
Anybody
acting
who
like
steals
it.
things from you, including ex-wives, just smile. I like that. I like that. That's a good answer. That's not bad. She should write a happiness book. Good for you. Another answer. How come this whole section is quiet? How come all my answers are coming from here?
Johnny didn't care about the stuff.
Johnny was spiritual. Take all my things.
He was
My
afraid.
friend, the Dalai Lama will give me more. Very good. But Johnny did care about his stuff. He loved his stuff. I forgot to tell you, my fault. Yes, I had an answer here. Yes.
He was afraid.
What? He knew the thief. Wow, good. I like it. CSI at work. CSI. The thief. He must know the thief. Hey, buddy, how are you? Next week, I'll come to your house and take all my things back. Good thinking. I like that. One more. Yes. What? He was afraid. That's a general answer. But Johnny was not afraid. My fault. I didn't tell you this. Johnny had no fear whatsoever. My friend Johnny is... Yeah, one more.
Because he's still alive.
He
is still alive.
He's still alive. He's still alive. Celebration. How spiritual you are. All of you. Just like, I'm still alive. You took my TV. I can't watch my programs anymore. But I'm still alive. That's great. Yes, sir.
Because the thief wasn't acting like a thief.
The thief was not acting like a thief.
Yeah, he didn't run when he saw Johnny.
He what?
He didn't run when
He did not run.
Yeah.
When he's already putting two and two together. This is your next novel. Pay attention. Here's my publisher right there.
Thank you.
So that's a good novel. I like that. My friend Johnny was 2 years old. See, my fault. What I did was I said that I have a friend. His name is Johnny. Your brain automatically assumes that he's the same age as me. So we make several of these I will show you different ways, if we have extra time, and maybe later in October, I will show you different ways in which you can all become incredibly wealthy. I cannot believe the average wage salary in Bulgaria is about 300 or 400 livra a month. Leva a month? Is it right? You should be earning that. You should be earning that in one day. And it's possible. People are doing it everywhere in the world, not working for anybody else, and working for themselves. And I'll show you how it's done. But you have to have courage. Courage is a funny thing. I'll tell you a story about courage. One day, there was a great king. He was crying his heart out because everybody was on the edge of the dock on the wharf. And they were looking at a boat where the princess, the king's daughter, was drowning and the boat was sinking. And he begged the townspeople, please jump in and help her. Save my daughter, please. They were afraid because on the water were hundreds of sharks swimming. Hundreds of sharks. Big mouth, big teeth. And nobody would jump. But you know, courage is interesting. If you offer people an incentive, they will do something. So the king said, I will give my daughter's hand in marriage and half of my wealth to the first man who will jump in and save her. Straight away there was a splash. And there was a young man swimming through the shark, kicking the shark. Boom! Kicked the shark left. Went to the shore. Grabbed the princess, put her on his back, and then started to swim back, kicking the sharks left and kicking the sharks right, kicking them, and finally getting onto the shore. And saved the princess. Then the king went to the young man after hugging his daughter. Young man, you can now have my daughter's hand in marriage. And half of my kingdom is yours. The man went, Your Majesty, I don't want to marry your daughter. And I don't need your money. But please help me find the bastard who pushed me in the water. Courage. Until you jump, you don't know how much courage you've got. You are going to die. Before you die, achieve your goal. Achieve your family's goal. Allow your family to relax and enjoy you more. Don't work yourself to death until finally a big corporation buys your time from 9 to 5 and makes you their slave. And at the end, their rich people are going out to the golf course and playing golf and enjoying themselves and their families, and you don't even see your children. By the time you go to work, they're not yet awake. By the time you come back, they're already asleep. Sad, isn't it? Your life was meant to be more fun. Your life was meant to be less stress. Your life was actually meant to be enjoying this journey of life and everything that this earth offers. So earth is like a hotel that offers you everything. But like all hotels, you have a very short stay. No one welcomed you to earth, did they?
Yeah.
People, let me be your concierge.
Huh?
The hotel concierge. I'm sorry about the delay in welcoming you. Welcome to planet Earth. Welcome. Yes. Planet Earth is a fun place. There's so many places to see. I have seen so many places that will make your mouth drop. I have met so many people, and you can go mountain climbing, you can go skiing, you can go water sports. All of the amenities are all there. You can stay in whatever accommodation you want, depending on what you believe you deserve. And when you stay in these places, enjoy yourself. We ask only one thing when you check out. Please leave everything behind for the next guest. School has damaged you. Want to do one more thing?
Yeah.
One more test?
Yeah.
This one involves mathematics. Mathematics. See, now you have fear, but now you know there's no fear. And you know I'm just fooling you. But this is a problem you cannot solve. me to write the book. Just kidding. Are you ready? You can use paper. You can use calculator because it's very, very hard. Now you become afraid. But easy at the same time. 3 men book into a hotel. The hotel room is $30. So they decided, let's save some money. Let's 3 of us share 1 room. So how much did each pay? $10. Each one paid $10. They went to the room, and the receptionist, who signed them in, found that she made a mistake. The room is actually $25. So she said to the porter, the guy who carries the bag, please give the $5 back to the 3 men. The porter didn't know how to divide 5 by 3, so he took $2, put it in his pocket, and he gave each of the men $1 each back. Each one paid $10, right? Yeah. Each one got $1 back, right? 9 times, then each one paid $9, right? Yeah. 9 times 3 is 27. Plus the $2 in the pocket is 29. What happened to $1? Easy, but hard. All of life is like this. The way to make money is easy, but the thinking behind it is hard. What I did was threw you into what is called a logical loop. We are faced with those kind of loops all the time. We are stuck inside paradigms. We are stuck inside fear. We cannot take a step forward because we are afraid we will lose everything. But there's nothing to lose and everything to gain by taking a step forward. So let's take a step forward now and go into I want to show you how your brain operates first before I teach you anything. We are told that we evolve like this, from apes to human beings who can walk and talk, and now we have technology. All kinds of technology. But have we evolved? Have we evolved? I don't think we have evolved. I think we've become more isolated. Facebook is keeping us apart. Email is keeping us apart. Husbands and wives talk like this on their cell phones. I can't talk to you in person because you lose your temper, and this is the only way I can express myself. Sound familiar? Husbands and wives talk by email. They no longer talk in real life. The other day I received a call from someone. The phone rang, ring, and I picked it up. I said, hello? And he said, Mel? I said, yes. I was expecting your answering machine. Well, this is me. Yeah, but I just want your answering machine. I just want to leave you a message. Give me the message now. I don't know how to do that. All of life has made us so isolated that we don't know how to meet people in real life anymore. And so relationships become strange. I remember a time when cell phones, do you remember a time when cell phones were this big? Yeah. Hello? And we were impressed. Now they are so small, they come like this, even smaller than this. Soon I heard Corning, the big solid state electronics manufacturer in the States, is coming up with chips that you can be born with that are Nokia or Motorola, and they put it in your ears. Soon you don't need this anymore. Soon you can use your body parts to answer a call. Hang on a second. Yeah, hello? Yeah, I'm in the middle of a seminar right now in Bulgaria. Yeah. Okay, wait, hang on, there's another call. Call waiting, call waiting. Hey, yes. Yeah, I'm in Bulgaria, I'm talking to people right now. Okay, send me the fax. Yeah, send it. Okay, it's coming through. Yeah. What is the green? Very good. Soon I will show you another slide. It will look like this, right? And I'll need you to go from left to right and left to right. Say the color of the word, not the word. Got it? If you guys want to help her, because this is very tough, please help her. Now you'll find out who your friends are. Ready? What's your name?
Lucy.
Lucy. Ready?
Yes.
Say the color of the word.
Green.
No, yellow.
Say the color of the word, not the word. The color. Very good, very good. Keep going, keep going. Don't listen to them. Yeah. Faster, faster.
White.
Faster.
Blue.
Faster.
Green.
Very good.
Purple.
Help her, people. Come on. All together.
Green. Blue.
Yeah. Good.
Yellow.
Good.
White. Green.
Very good.
Blue. Pink.
Very good.
Blue.
Good.
Red. Black.
Wow.
As far as I can see.
Very good. Very good. The rest of you find that you are confused because you want part of your brain, your right brain wants to say the color, but your left brain wants to say the word. Because you have two brains in your system, not two halves of a brain. You have two brains that work independently. People don't tell you this, that you are a very interesting creature. Not only are you capable of infinite possibilities, but you also have brains that work independently. So if you want to succeed in life and motivate yourself, you must make sure that your environment is full with color, full with music, full with emotion. If your environment and your goal setting and things that you want to achieve in life is on paper that says, I want to achieve this, and there's no color, your right brain is not engaged. Only your left brain, and half of you will not achieve your goals because it's not interesting, it's not fun. And when it's more fun, imagine me as your teacher in school when you were growing up. Wouldn't it be more fun?
Sure.
I will make you think, you'll be exhausted at home, but we will have so much fun along the way. I had a class, I stepped into a school one time, where was it? Singapore. And they said, Dr. Gill, can you come and help us? Thank you, Lucy. Thank you so much. Don't sit down yet. Later, we're going to do one more in a minute. Let's have a seat. The principal of the school said, Dr. Gill, can you please help this class? I said, what's wrong with this class? They're all idiots. What? You measure this on an idiot scale? Did you measure the teachers first? No. They have learning disabilities. You see, I don't believe that they are learning disabilities. I believe that they are teaching disabilities. That people don't know how to teach. And so that's the problem right there. You don't make it interesting enough, so your child falls asleep. Who blames the child? I would. If you listen to a boring lecture, you would fall asleep too, right?
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. So therefore, you got to do some exercises and things like this. You got to make it interesting. So I said to the class, as I sat with them, and I said, you guys are brilliant beyond belief. So I took the whole class, and within minutes, had them touching their unconscious mind. Their superconscious mind. And they started remembering facts and figures. They memorized words, 50 words at a time, in one day. One day. They demonstrated, wow, I can do all this? Yes, because you have two brains. And you're the only ones in the school that knows that you have two brains. But didn't they, the people in the class, it's not true. I cannot control my temper. I cannot control my anger. Bullshit. I don't know what the Bulgarian equivalent is, but you hear husband and wife screaming at each other. You are no, you're spitting at each other. And then halfway through the phone ring, ring. Hello? Yes, we're a bit busy right now. Yeah, I'll call you back in 10 minutes, okay? 10 minutes, yeah. You go back into it. You can stop at any time you want. The problem is you decide Isn't there? Understand, you are in full control, and if you feel yourself angry, walk outside, go around the block, do some exercises, do some meditation, do whatever it is. The Hindus in India have this meditation called Om, right? It didn't start as Om. Many years ago, now you hear Om like this. Before, 10,000 years ago, it started as, oh my God, oh my God. I think, I'm not sure. I need your help. Again, ma'am, you're probably good at this. I need you to read the word inside the triangle. Read the word.
Parrot in the spring.
Great.
A bird in the hand.
Great.
Once in a lifetime.
Perfect. Now, somebody else who speaks English, get up there, please. I want you to read English. Yes, ma'am, come on up there. Read it the way it was written, not the way you want. Thank you, Lucy. She's going to take over for a second. Yes.
Well, I think it is Paris in the spring.
In the spring. Oh, we suddenly saw it. A bird in the hand. Once in a lifetime. Now, what is happening here is very simple. Your brain operating system, thank you both, thank you very much. Big hand for them, big hand. System is simply this. If you do not understand something, your mind will act as if it doesn't exist. Your brain will only see what it intends to see. If you think that life is miserable, then everything you see will be with the lenses as if it's miserable. And you will gauge everything in exactly the same way. In the same way, opportunities only happen to other people, you will say. And you will see it exactly the way it is. Your mind only registers what it wants to believe it registers. I did this test with CEOs of Asian corporations, public listed corporations. I asked them, what is this? And they said it's a black dot on a whiteboard projector. Great, what else? What do you mean, what else? These are people earning millions of dollars a year in salary. What else? It's a black, round dot. What else? What do you mean, what else? And I said, what else? What else? What else? What else? I asked them. And they got very upset. We are paying you hundreds of thousands of dollars to tell us that that's a black dot. Nothing else. They got very upset. Later in that evening, I went to a kindergarten class, the same one I was telling you about, with the kids and the teacher screaming and all of that. I asked them, what do you see? It's a black dot. Great. What else? It's a black flying saucer against the white sky. Great. What else? It's a solar eclipse with the moon in front of it. Great. What else? It's a spider, round spider with no legs. Great. What else? It's the top of my father's head from 10 stories up. Great. What else? On and on. 50 different answers came from these young minds because school has not damaged them yet. They were able to think out of the box. They were able to come up with solutions because they love learning. They love knowing. They love to explore. And they had courage to give answers. And these young minds, we, our children, take them into school and give them to a mentally ill person and say, please, from 9 to 5, take care of my young.
Yeah.
So I can feed them at home and make sure they're healthy and go back to school and be tortured by you one more time. You have to become young again. I cannot believe. I look in the mirror. I see a 53-year-old man. I don't know how I became like this. I don't recognize him because inside I'm like 30. I feel 25 or 30. My children, I have as much energy as a 30-year-old, maybe less. I look at old people and I go, oh my God, that's old. I used to laugh at people my age a long time ago. My kids, my son is 20 and my daughter is 18. They live in New York. And my son keeps telling me, and my daughter keeps saying, could you please grow up, Dad? We live in a completely different world. We have lost a part of ourselves that wants to change for the better, and technology doesn't allow us that for some strange reason. Let's go into the reasons why the law of attraction didn't work for you. One of them could be because your computer was slow. There you go. The 13 reasons why the law of attraction didn't work. Number one, we are paralyzed into fear and non-action by a lot of choices. There are so many choices out there about what you need to do, where you need to go, which job do I do? Do I give up my job? Do I give up this relationship? Do I send my child in this direction or that direction? And all these choices have permanent outcomes. So as a result, whenever you wish for something and you say, I want to have more wealth, or I want to have more money, straight away you're thinking, which direction do I want the money from? What do I want to do with it? Or if you say, I want to have a different kind of career, a job, there's so many choices out there, and you don't know which one to take, because you don't want to waste your life 5 years going down the wrong path, and to find out that you lean your ladder on the wrong wall, and then you got to take the ladder and put it on another wall. So as a result, you freeze, and you decide, no, I'm not going to, I want, but I don't want badly enough. If it happens, great. If it doesn't happen, doesn't happen. Is there a lottery in Bulgaria and Sofia?
Yeah.
There's a lottery. Well, what's the top prize now? Huh?
8 million or something.
$5, 6 million? Wow, that's a lot of money. And how much is it? To buy the tickets?
One level.
2, that's all. So don't tell me you can't think big. How many people here have bought the lottery at one time or another? The lottery, yeah? Good, good. How many people send other people to buy for them? So you all can think big. You really can. You believe that your $2 can become $6 million very easily. So you have this hope. Now, here's the funny thing. Let me tell you why I don't think you're serious about winning the lottery. If I wrote you a check from my company, Pandora Publishing, if I wrote your Erewhon Pictures, if I wrote you a check for $1 million right now, US, and I give it to you, and let's say the bank has a holiday for the next 2 days, where would you put this check that I give you? Cash check. Would you put it in your wallet?
Yes.
You would put it in your wallet and then put it
In my purse.
in your purse, and you will carry your purse around with you.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And because, what if somebody comes and steals it? Because it says cash check.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Men, would you put it in your wallet and put it near your backside?
No.
No? Where? $1 million cash. Where would you put it? In a safe. In a safe little safe. Wow. How interesting is this? But your $2 lottery ticket is where now? Sitting on a desk at home? Near the altar next to Jesus Christ? On a fish tank so it's lucky? Or keep somewhere and you can't find it? There's a part of your consciousness that says it would be nice, but I don't think so. And so therefore you leave it aside. If I truly believe, and I haven't done it yet, because the last time I did this was 4 years ago when I really needed some for money for this and that. I needed about $200,000 for some project I was doing, and I needed exactly that sum. And I said, you know what? There's no way I can get it by doing so many seminars. I would work at least 10 days and that's a long time. I need it now, today. So I went out and bought a lottery ticket. One of these things called a 4D, you choose 4 numbers and this and that. And guess what? That because I really believed it. And you know where I kept it? In my safe. Because I believed that as I said this, something that believes that my work will change the planet wants me to have this. And so gave me. And I don't believe I don't have it. I always believe I have. So I have a safe at home. I opened it, put it in there, and I closed it. And I didn't check in it until 2 days later. And somebody has to tell me that I won, because I had no time to check it. But you don't believe, so therefore that thing is here. Hey, can you hold on my $1 billion check for me? No, I'll put it next to my backside. No, I wouldn't. So, when you have many, many choices and you don't know what to do, sometimes the best choice is to do nothing. And that's what happens. No one ever gave you the whole picture about how the law of attraction is just one of 7 ancient laws. These laws work in concert with each other. Sometimes the thing you wish for may not be good for you. If you wish for Brad Pitt, it worked for one woman, Angelina Jolie, but it had detrimental effects on Jennifer Aniston and all of this. So be careful what you ask for, because the ecology is very difficult. You might break families, you might do something that may not be something you want to do. So pay attention to what the law of rhythm and how it relates to everything else and ecology and so on and so forth. Now, does that mean that if you want to pursue your goal, you leave your family and responsibilities and all of that and go off and become a mountain climber and die on Everest? No. Take care of your responsibilities, because you gave birth to these things called children, and you promised this person, called wife or husband, that you would be with them through thicker, thinner, taller, shorter. I don't know what you promised, but that's what you did. So as a result, you got to pay attention to what it is that you want and be clear that it doesn't hurt anyone else. That's the only criteria. If it doesn't hurt anyone and helps a lot of people, it will come automatically. I want to have more money because I will change lives, I will build a school, or I will volunteer my help in Tibet. Or I will start to give some of the money to my friends and neighbors and family who really need them. Or I will make my husband's or wife's life easier so that they don't have to work so hard every day. They have a little measure of balance. No one has ever given you an overall complete, foolproof plan to follow in order to achieve your desired goal. And so as a result, without that foolproof plan, how can you achieve your goal? It's ridiculous to create a vision board without a direction of where you're headed. What do you exactly want? And that's where you sit down and clear with a counselor, or you clear with a therapist or a lawyer or whoever. Hey, I want to create this, I need to do this. I'll give you an example that works for me. I want to set up the Master Trainer Institute of Bulgaria. To do that, I don't just draw a picture of what I want, and with Dimitar in the center, and this guy in the center, and somebody looking out the window. I don't do that. I find out from the experts what is needed for this to be done. And so we will find the experts, and they will talk to them, make arrangements to talk to them, find out what's the next step. Next, we will need at least $2, $3, $4, $5 million to set it up, because we're having courses where we're earning no money. So, and Dimitar has this bad habit of eating and taking rest. And all his friends have the same bad habit. And so as a result, we have to support it somehow, so we're going to need some financing. So we've already found it. Already know where I'm going to get this. We need a site. Well, that's the next thing I need to plan. So you get the idea. It's got to be a very concrete plan. First step, second step, third step, fourth step. What is your fifth step? And if you don't know, find somebody who does know, who's done it before, and find out what they did. You want to go into internet marketing? I tell you what, there's a book, a novel I'm writing about internet marketing. It's a novel. My first try at a novel, because someone said to me, Mel, you cannot write a novel. Big mistake to tell me I can't do something. Because that's the first thing I did. Someone told me, Mel, you can't drive a car. I said, I drive a car right now. I even drive Ferraris and stuff like that. It's very simple. It's not that hard. I had to get a driver's license. Mel, you can't fly a plane. That's the first thing I did. You know, so on and so forth. Now, somebody said to me, Mel, you can't fly to the moon. He says, you know what I said to that person? You're right.
Why?
Why?
What?
Why?
Are you kidding me?
No.
What's on the move?
Nothing.
For what? So I can go there and say, hey, look, I did it. And you back. For what?
Yeah. That's the point.
It's just like climbing Mount Everest. Mel, you can't climb Mount Everest, right? Okay. Why? Because on Everest, do you know that there are 80 bodies on Mount Everest that we cannot bring down because they died there and they're frozen. For all eternity, they are in permanent frozen state. And when you climb Everest, you will see them on the side as you climb Everest. People have died climbing Mount Everest. Now, I give you a choice. You make this choice for me. I lost my arm in an accident where I was climbing a mountain, a very slippery mountain in Malaysia, very high mountain. And yes, there's a part of me that does want to climb Mount Everest and da-da-da-da. But should I continue building master trainer institutes around the world and helping people to become better and helping people to have happier lives and learn about the law of attraction and write more books, or should I climb Mount Everest?
First one. First one.
What should I? How many people think I should climb Mount Everest? Try, at least try. How many people think I shouldn't try? Raise your hand. Okay, good. You see what you saw that thing?
Yeah.
Same reason I don't exercise. Somebody asked me, do you ever go to the gym? I said I do. I stop by the Starbucks, get a latte. I come and sit in the gym and I watch people exercise. Because somewhere along the way, they might be miserable. And have you noticed when people exercise, they're miserable? And they're hurting themselves and not having a good time? And have you read in the paper that most of the people that die during exercise? While jogging one day, Mr. Dimitri died of a heart attack. I'll just enjoy my latte and watch you die. So, anyway, I'm just kidding. The choices are clear. If you want Everest, do it. If that's your all-consuming thing. But I don't wake up with an all-consuming desire. But I have an all-consuming desire that's to reach 1 billion people on this planet and to make sure that everybody has something that will make their life better. And if they can live a better life, then maybe there might not be so many wars. And maybe there might not be so many divorces. And maybe there might not be so many people in pain. That's all I want to do. So I said to God that don't laugh, I haven't done anything yet. I said to God that I want to go to hell. Do you know this? How many people are Christians here? Raise your hand. Okay, don't try to change me because I was once a Christian. I was a preacher at one point. I taught the Word of God. That's what I used to do, a Christian preacher. But I have since not belong to any religion. If you are Buddhist, my job is to make you a better Buddhist. If you're Christian, to make you a better Christian. If you're Hindu, better Hindu. If you're Muslim, make you a better Muslim. But I don't follow any religion. I only believe one thing. The religion is love. We're all meant to love each other. Really love each other. And that's the hardest lesson to learn. It's true love. Unconditional love. Can you love your spouse unconditionally? Very difficult. Can you love your spouse when they love somebody else's? Very difficult. So learn to do that, and you become almost godlike. The second thing, I believe that all men are brothers and sisters. All men and women are brothers and sisters on this planet, and that we're here to help each other. This is what we must do. The ones who can, help others. The ones who cannot, well, let's work together towards the point where you can help other people. And it doesn't mean that I'm better than you. It just means that I see something more. And so if I see something more, I can help you to avoid some dangers along the way. This is what I'm supposed to do. Because on the other side, when I did die, I was on the operating table. Would you like to know the story before I continue? I was on the operating table and I was in a lot of pain. And I found suddenly myself stepping outside of myself, and I saw the whole operation. I saw me there. I recognized, but didn't recognize who that person was. And I knew it was me. And I don't understand how that happened. I also understood and could hear my parents crying and talking in the in this life. Oh, okay. Are we being judged then? No, no one judges you. You sit by yourself. And some of us will be there to aid you and help you and guide you. Oh, can I go? You know me. All very safe. Do I have to buy a ticket? No, you can. Sure. And so I went inside, I sat down, and I watched events from my life unfold. I remember when I was about 9 years old, there was a boy who was always stealing stuff from me, always hitting me on the head, and when I saw him on the edge of the stairs, I chose the opportunity from behind, push him down the stairs. Dum, 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 and fell down. I felt good. Yes, revenge. You know, I was so happy. When I saw it in the Hall of Memory, I saw the boy fall down. But here's the other thing. I felt everything that he felt. Every step, boom, 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 hit him as he fell. I felt it. As if I was him. And when he rose up from the bottom of the stairs and the blood came down, he said, I felt the blood also at the same time. That was amazing. And I said, wow. And then here's the weird thing. He was supposed to become a doctor. Because of the fall, something happened to his brain. He couldn't remember properly, and he became a priest instead. I changed his destiny by something I did. Wow. Was it a good thing? I don't know. Maybe we have too many priests in the world. But who's the priest here? Raise your hand. Don't go to Istanbul. Anyway, so I looked at another memory, and this memory was of an old woman. I was walking home from school. I was 12 years old, and the old woman looked like a beggar, sitting on the side of the road. This happened to be in Singapore at that time. And the old woman was sitting there, and I gave her some money. She threw the money back at me, and I took out all the money, and I went and walked away. But as I walked away, I felt an urge to turn around and go to the chicken rice shop, buy a package of chicken rice, and give it to the girl, the lady. In the Hall of Memories, I saw the same thing. Now, the woman never spoke a word, right? Because I bought the chicken rice, gave it to the lady, she didn't say a word, she ate it, and I felt good because I was doing my thing to get into heaven. My Christian upbringing tells me this. But what happened in the Hall of Memories was very interesting. I saw her, and I heard her throw the money back at me saying, I am not a beggar. I heard these from her mind. And so she was indignant. Even though she was hungry and everything, she's not a beggar. She still had pride. So I walked away, and I saw myself, saying, okay, you don't want the money, it's fine. And I saw a hand in the Hall of Memories. I saw a hand grab my shoulder and turn me around. A hand from where? I don't know. And it pushed me towards the chicken rice shop. Pushed me. Bought it, gave it to her, and I heard the woman, her thoughts, and she said, thank you, thank you, thank you. In her thoughts, she didn't say it to me, but she said, thank you, thank you. She was so hungry, hadn't eaten for almost a week or 2 weeks, eating from garbage cans and things like this, and for the first time she had this wonderful rice. Now, something else happened. I saw that she had left her house where the son had just got married, and he married this bitch, not nice woman. Bad to label people, but But anyway, married this not nice person, and she left the house, and the woman kicked her out, and she didn't want to come back. But the son has been searching for her for a long time. Now, as a result of that act of kindness from me, a 12-year-old, this woman looked at me and remembered her son. Remembered how she used to eat with her son. Remembered how growing up with the son, and decided to forgive her son and call her son to pick her up. And her whole life changed. She went back in the house. There was some kind of catharsis or learning or something or forgiving going on, but something happened. Every single act of yours, people, every single act has a consequence. If someone comes to you and says they need help, and you don't help, you will see the difference you would have made if you had helped. And you will see the pain you would have caused by not helping. So, you see, I have no choice. I have to do good. because I'm keenly aware of that time that I'm going to sit down and I'm going to see the masses of people that I have helped change their lives. I think I'm going to have a lot more fun. I hate to be Adolf Hitler sitting in that room. Imagine the pain you have caused for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and thousands of families. Terrible, isn't it? I'd love to be Mother Teresa sitting in that hall. Can you imagine what she would be experiencing? Such laughter, but because she's giving and giving and giving. And when asked one time by reporters, why do you do what you do? Because of this child. Because nobody will see this child die. And I will be the last thing, the smiling face that this child sees before it dies. Wow. Can you be as giving? So even though I'm teaching you the law of attraction and what to do with the laws, understand that it all comes from the heart. Before I finish the law of attraction and send you out these unclear messages and what to do about them and all of this, I want to show you one video that changed my life when I started. Watch this. Mothers and fathers, you're here to change lives. Let me help you do that. Tell me what I can do to make it possible for you to do that. Money, it's not that hard to make, people. This isn't a course about money, but I can teach you that in October when I come. Spend one day teaching you how to make it on the internet. The biggest country in the world is called Facebook. 600 million citizens on Facebook. And its president is a moron. He's a genius, but he's got a lot of emotional problems. It controls your lives. People spend more than 7 to 8 hours a week on Facebook. Now, the whole planet. It is a guesstimate that by the end of 2012, Facebook will exceed 2.5 billion citizens. Its population is your market. Do you want to sell stuff? I will teach you how to write books. I will teach you how to create information. I will teach you to turn your experience and your knowledge into things that other people can see and hear and feel, so that you can change the world. But first, you got to change yourself. The law of attraction, you want to make it work? Don't send out mixed desires. I want to climb Mount Everest, but I don't want to work so hard. What? I want to make a lot of money, but I want it to come automatically. What? I want someone to love me, but I don't love myself very much. What? Are you alright? Do you know what you want? First of all, get to know who you are. Your good and your bad parts. We all have good and bad parts. Then you'll be okay. You desire and want something, but you're thinking about it, but you're really not asking. Now, the old way of asking is not please, 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 please. The old Jewish word, ask, the way it was, means claim. That's a different thing altogether. Claim. When you claim something, now it's yours. It was yours in the beginning, it is yours in the end, it is yours waiting for you to ask to get it back. You know how I see you? You want to know how I really see you? I see you as princes and princesses, royalty, majesty. Once upon a time, there was a prince who didn't study to become a prince. His father was angry with him all the time. And he didn't want to study. All he wanted to do was play guitar like Demeter. And he was very good at the guitar. And he could play his guitar and sing his songs and compose his songs. But he didn't want to learn about diplomacy. Did not want to learn about international finance. Did not want to learn about how to rule the kingdom, because he loved playing guitar. His father was so upset with him, he banned him from the castle and said, I now send you away from this place. So he sent him to the furthest land and dropped him off there. I will cut you off, his father said, because you will not make a good king. 5 years went by, 6 years went by. By now, the prince had sold all his costly, wonderful, golden clothes, had no money left, found that every time he was under a tree playing his guitar, people would give him some money. And so he would be able to buy food. 10 years passed, and soon he kept on playing guitar, and people knew him as the troubadour, the guitar player. Then the king was dying on his deathbed, and he sent his advisors out throughout the land. Find my son. He needs to now become the next king. Please find my son. They went looking for him, couldn't find him. He had by now traveled through half the world. And then once one of his advisors heard, as he passed by a village, he heard a guitar playing, and a familiar song. He recognized that the prince was playing that song when he was in the castle. And he went out to the man who was playing the guitar, and he couldn't recognize him, because he was all dressed in all clothes that were all dirty and ragged, and he was playing this guitar. He looked just like a musician, not like a prince. And he looked, he said, Your Majesty? Your Majesty? Is that you? And he called him by his name. And the guy looked, and he said he remembered his name because he had forgotten his own name, forgotten that he was from royalty. And he said, Your Majesty, your father is dying, and you need to come back home to the castle and assume the kingdom and become the king. Straight away his memory started coming back, and he remembered who he was. And then he said, Fetch me my robes and put me in the best hotels right now. I need to have a bath before I see my father. And then he became the prince again. And so he the things you say. When you remember that you are such royalty and that all this is yours, it becomes yours. Ask and you shall receive. Just claim it with that, without being arrogant, but just claim it. Lord of the universe, deliver to me what is mine. You were born rich, my friend Bob Proctor said. He might be the one calling her right now on that phone. But regardless, here's the thing that you need to pay attention to as well. Who are you really? And if you believe you don't deserve, then you don't deserve. You don't ask with consistent motivation and passion or with the fire in your belly. You're not asking from the depth of your desire. Are you? Do you really want it badly? I know that I have this goal, 1 billion people, and I will not stop. I have not seen my real house in a long time. I am more familiar with hotel rooms than I am with where I live. That's because I believe in my convictions. Do you have the same belief? Have it, and you'll be surprised. You are not allowing the answer to manifest in 24, and you need to unmanage your expectations. There are sometimes things that will happen in a different way. The foundation that I wanted to start is being started by a man I met by accident. Would you like to know how I met him?
Yeah.
I brought my mother to Bangkok because she has never been to Bangkok and she loves to shop. My mother is about 83 and she can run faster than me. She goes to the gym. She's very alive and complains that I don't ever do that. So to stop the complaining, I brought her to Thailand to go shopping. And I said, come and see what I'm doing. She thinks I'm fooling around the world, not doing much. And she would like me to settle down. And I said, I cannot find anybody I hate enough to make them miserable with my company. So one day she got tired of me signing autographs. And she went shopping to a shopping mall, and she met this man who was buying stuff, and he started a conversation. My mother loves to talk to people, and they started talking, and he said, I have to buy a book, because my sister is a psychologist as well. He's from Indonesia. And so he waited in the hotel for me. I came back in the Intercontinental, I came back about 11:30 at night, and here was this man waiting for 2 hours for me. At first, I thought when he was holding a book up, not a book, but something my father had given him, some card that had the picture of the Meta Secret on it, but not my picture. He held it up, and I thought he was going to return the book to me. So I had to give him some money back. I wasn't sure. Turned out that this man is connected to every royalty on the planet. This man sells oil from the oil fields he owns in all of Indonesia. And something within him told him to wait for me. And he doesn't know why. His attendants all asked him, boss, what are we waiting for? He said, I don't know. What does he look like? I have no idea. But I know I need to wait for him. I don't know why. He listens to an inner voice because there was a plane crash with SQ Airlines. I don't know if you realize it's Singapore Airlines. And he was supposed to be on that flight. Minutes before getting on the flight, he was at the airport. He suddenly became very ill and felt he didn't want to be there. And so he pulled away, and his whole family decided to stay in the hospital with him because they thought something was wrong. And as soon as they went to the hospital, the pain disappeared. He missed his flight. When they tuned into the television, the flight had crashed and everybody on it died. Something inside of him told him something, and he listened. You need to become more intuitive and listen to that inner voice. It guides you. There is a force within you that guides you. There's a force around you that protects you. People, let me tell you something. I don't know if you ask me questions, if there is a God or no God, don't ask me these questions because I'll know when I die, really die, and then I'll come back and tell you. Just kidding. But I know something, that there's an organizing force, and it never leaves you alone. You are never alone. You, tiny as you are, small job as you are, lost in the middle of Bulgaria, are so important to this force, so important to this creator, that it loves you beyond belief. And I cannot even begin to imagine this. So, if you understand this, so far you may not have gotten everything you wanted. far? Haven't gotten anything you want. But haven't you gotten everything you needed so far? Everything you needed for your life, you've gotten already so far, haven't you?
Yes.
This will be true for the second part of your life as well. You will have everything you need. May not be everything you want, but you will continue to have everything you need. Why are you afraid? Dream big dreams and make them all come true. And in your big dreams, help as many people as you can. And the universe will summon every force to come and help you with money, organization, people. They will back you up. The same is true of the making of Anything is Possible. I thought it was a movie that's not going to be shot till next July. Then I met a man in a hotel by accident in the Republic of Atlanta, Georgia. Just sitting in a coffee shop, minding his own business. And you know me, I like to mind other people's business, and I start talking to people. Next thing you know, he's a multi-billionaire. Just became a billionaire. Doesn't know what to do with his money. And I said, how would you like to make a movie? He said, sure. And guess what he owns as a company? A movie-making company. So, he said, would you like my friends to be in this movie? Really? Who are your friends? Dalai Lama? Oh. Nelson Mandela? Oh. Fidel Castro? Really? Ooh. And I was thinking that maybe we could make it a Hollywood movie. Not like The Man Secret with all the talk, but real Hollywood. Oh yeah, easily done. I'll get my other friend in Hollywood to help us. What's his name? Robert De Niro. Really? You have a great idea, the universe will come and make it happen. But you have to believe in yourself. Can you do it? Yes. Ford, the car maker, said to everybody, if you believe you can, you can. If you believe you cannot, even I cannot persuade you that you cannot. Law of attraction, you want to eat the seventh bun before you eat the rest. Now, by the way, all these explanations will soon be translated by Dimitar and put free on Facebook. So you don't have to write it down, and you will have the complete explanations for each one of them. Is that useful? Yeah. And I'll give you the 28 laws also for free, so you'll have it as well. Now, the seventh bun is a story about a beggar who goes to it's in my book, Uncommon Sense, which Bart will come out with. When will the book come out, Uncommon Sense? Anelia? Sorry? Welcome back. When will the book Uncommon Sense be out?
After 1 month.
After 1 month, the book will be available. In there, I tell stories to help you change your mind, and also psychotherapeutic tools that psychologists use to make your world a better place. And the seventh bun is a beggar who goes to a bakery, begs for buns. And the baker gives him some buns. And then he starts to eat the first one. It doesn't satisfy his hunger. Eats the second one, still doesn't satisfy his hunger. Eats the third one, still doesn't satisfy his hunger, until he eats the seventh bun. And then he eats it, he goes, oh, now I am full. And then he's very upset. He's upset because if I had eaten the seventh bun first, then I could have saved the rest. This is the bun that made me full. But you see, you have to go through some of the pain you go through and some of the trials you go through so that you reach your seventh bun. But we all must go through it at some point. It's ridiculous to think that you can make it happen without first going through a pain or do. You're not persistent enough. I say to everybody who achieves your goal, do not ever give up. Don't give up, don't surrender. When you least feel like climbing the mountain, climb, take the next step. Edmund Hillary said, it is not the mountain we conquer, but ourselves. Once you conquer yourself, you'll be alright, and you'll be able to do this as well. You're simply not using correct language. Now, you deserve a lot more. All these laws are all yours, always been yours. You deserve more money. You can have it now. You deserve to experience more joy, more love, and more fun. results, you don't even try your best to achieve your goals. And so you give up. But if you have an attitude of you can, then you start to affirm things to yourself. Just say you can, and then follow through, exercise, do the work, do what is necessary to achieve the goal, and you will achieve the goal. There is a poem that I remember many years ago, and I memorized it when I was a little boy, because I never believed in anything anybody told me. I always questioned them. Even my father. And I always asked him this question, how do you know? For sure. And he would be very upset with me. So my father had to learn things the very hard way from me. But you see, I don't know anything about how you were disciplined, but my father was a disciplined master. He used to use a cane. And he used to use the cane on me a lot. How many people have been caned before? Like, with a stick. 1, 2, 3. Well, but my father was very fair. He would give me a choice. You want the thick cane or the thin one? How many people would choose the thick one? Raise your hand. The thick cane. How many people would use the thin one? Yeah. The thick one doesn't hurt as much as the thin one. And whenever I do something wrong, my father will take out his big stick and he will practice like Zorro in the air, and I'll bend over, and he says, son, this is going to hurt me more than it's going to hurt you. And so I put my arm around him, took the cane, and I threw it down the balcony. Look, if this is going to hurt both of us, let's drink a cup of hot chocolate and discuss it. Doesn't need to happen. He would get me to go down, pick up the broken cane, and give me twice the caning for doing that. And he asked me, why are you so stupid? I'm trying to punish you. Now, if you ask Mel Gill a question, I will answer it. I said, I'm stupid probably because I have your genes. He's not happy. I got 3 times the cane for that. He said, go get some common sense, some cow sense. I said, from where? I can't find it in this house. I got 4 times the caning for doing that. All because I asked for direction. So I wrote a book called Uncommon Sense to teach you what you don't have to learn the hard way. In it, you'll see this poem. And use this as a measure for your life. It's written by an American poet, and he wrote these beautiful words in 1950. Go placidly amid the noise and hate, and remember what peace there may be in silence. As far as possible, without surrender, be on good terms with all persons. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others, even the dull and ignorant, for they too have their story. Avoid loud and aggressive persons. They are vexations to the spirit. If you compare yourself with others, you may become vain and bitter, for always there will be greater and lesser persons than yourself. Enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. Keep interested in your own career, however humble. It is a real possession in the changing fortunes of time. Exercise caution in your business affairs, for the world is full of trickery. But let this not blind you to what virtue there is. Many persons strive for high ideals, and everywhere life is full of heroism. Be yourself. Especially do not feign affection. Neither be cynical but love, for in the face of all aridity and disenchantment, it is as perennial as the grass. Take kindly the counsel of the years, gracefully surrendering the things of youth. Nurture strength of spirit to shield you in sudden misfortune, but do not distress yourself with imagining. Many fears are born of fatigue and loneliness. Beyond the wholesome discipline, be gentle with yourself. You are a child of the universe. No less than the trees and the stars, you have a right to be here. And whether or not it is clear to you, there is no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. Therefore, be at peace with God, whatever you conceive Him to be. And whatever your labors and aspirations in this noisy confusion of life, keep peace with your soul. With all its shams, drudgery, and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Be Be cheerful. Strive to be happy. Now, if you can do this, your life will change. Know where you are. Know where it is you want to go. Make a plan to reach that target. And then take action and follow that plan. And don't ever give up. Don't quit until you reach that goal. That's all. It's so simple, but most people don't even follow it. Businesses that are successful, businesses that I have coached to become successful, and they pay thousands and thousands of dollars for this advice, if they follow these 4 steps, they will achieve all of their business goals. You in your own life will achieve these goals as well. It's very simple, but most people don't do it. The Meta Secret has some of these things. The Meta Secret is there to help you. This book has sold so many copies in China and everywhere else in the world, but it is relatively unknown next to the Meta Secret. And the best time to start to understand and to plant seeds was 10 years ago. The next best time is now. Because in 10 years you will see the results. 28 laws of attraction are here. Become incredibly selfish. Now, why do I mean by this? You know, in the airline, when you go in there and they say, put the oxygen mask over yourself before you put it over the child. Take care of your own needs first. Take care of your own family first. Take care of your own heart first before you decide to look after other people, because, my God, you will run out of oxygen and you will die in this process. So be more selfish. Give to yourself. When you do this, you are recharged and you can give more to the world. I spend a lot of time by myself. The most favorite place for me to be in the world is Chicago. I love the energy in Chicago, and I think I'm going to like the energy in Pleasant. Although I'm told the roads are very bad. People are complaining. Unhook yourself from the future. In other words, don't be so invested in the future that if you achieve the goal, great. If you don't achieve the goal, don't worry about it. There's always something else you can do. But don't be so attached to it that you become depressed because you didn't become president of the world or something like that. Over-respond to every event. In other words, be more alive. Don't just sit back and wait for things to come to you. Make it happen. Build a super reserve in every area of your life. Finances, love, family, everything. Add value just for the joy of it and affect others profoundly. Become irresistibly attracted to yourself. Get a fulfilling life, not just an impressive lifestyle. Market your talent shamelessly. Promise little, deliver everything. Create a vacuum that pulls you forward. Eliminate delay. Get your personal needs met once and for all by yourself. Thrive on details. Fill out a little plan. You get there. Tolerate nothing. In other words, what you need to do is to have the best. And when you experience the best, if you can, travel first class. You deserve it. If you can, live in the best places. You deserve it. Eat in the best restaurants. You deserve it. Show others how to please you. Endorse your worst weakness. Ladies, you want to look after your men? Your men need instructions from you. Draw a chart. When you are upset, on a holiday, do this, then do this, then do this. If you forget an anniversary, you need to do this, send flowers, da-da-da. When you give them a chart and a guideline and logarithm, men will follow. I see, I screwed up. Whether you are a speaker, whether you are a writer, whether you are a guitarist, whether you are a camera person, recognize and tell the truth all the time. Have a vision. Be real. Become human. Because that is about what it is about being human. Human being and not human doing. Now, here, I'm not going to read this to you, but here is a wealth affirmation that I give my classes. I will post this on my Facebook page, okay? So that you can write this down and say it to yourself every day. Trust me, within less than 20 days, you will see results. You want wealth? Say this to yourself all the time. Translate it into Bulgarian, and then record it, and then say it, or speak it all the time. You want inner guidance from that part of you, that inner consciousness that knows what to do. We call it gut instinct. In business, it's very useful because you choose stocks that go up instead of stocks that go down. You buy properties that will enhance the value instead of go down. Use this. Soulmate. Those of you who want soulmate, first of all, I ask you again, those of you who are single, why do you want a soulmate? What's wrong with you? And then, if you're lonely, and I hear things like you're lonely, you need someone there, someone to be a companion for life, get a dog. A dog will still love you the same way 10 years from now. You come to the door, it will still wag its tail. It will be so happy to see you. But a wife or husband says, oh, it's just you. Right, come on. Same thing. You want perfect health? This is the affirmation, and it will all be on my Facebook. Law of attraction. You want to increase your law of attraction in your life? Use this a lot, and it works. All of these work because I have used this on more than 50,000 clients worldwide. I have trained probably more than 5 million people around the planet, and I have personal clients maybe in excess of 50,000 or more. I no longer take personal clients, but I do it all through Facebook, through some other stuff and books and and I think this is much better. Realize that the whole world is yours to enjoy, and then you will know how truly rich you already are, and you will have the keys to prosperity. This is the secret. This is the only secret. The whole world is yours to enjoy. Welcome to planet Earth. We have a deadly need. 7 deadly needs. One of them is the need to be right. Allow yourself the opportunity to be wrong. Once upon a time, there was a priest, a monk, and his disciple. They were walking down a road. And a husband and wife were fighting in the house. And the wife saw the monk and came running. Master, my husband started this fight. He said this and this and this, and I told him that this is the way things are. Don't you think I'm right? The master looked at her and said, young woman, you are absolutely correct. And he started to walk down the road. And she went back and she breathed a sigh of relief and told the husband, see, I told you, the monk said I was right. The husband was angry. He ran out after the monk. Master! Master, stop! But see, the monk was running because he knew he broke the first law of enlightenment. Don't get involved in other people's business. So he said, Master, my wife said this and this and this, and I told her this is the way things are. Don't you think I'm right? And the master looked at him and said, young man, I am so sorry. You are absolutely correct. And the young man breathed a sigh of relief, went back to his house, and there was peace and there was love in that house for the longest time. The disciple was scratching his head, and 5 miles down the road said to the master, I cannot walk with you anymore, master, because back there you told the wife that she was right. Then you told the husband that he was right. But in that situation, only one person can be right. The master looked at him and said, you're absolutely right. What does it hurt you to be wrong occasionally? Because being right creates conflict, doesn't it? I'm right, you're right, let's fight. Until one of us is dead. It's stupid. It's very stupid. So if you play a game with someone, chess or something like this, and you're winning all the time, soon nobody will want to play with you. Lose occasionally. So people like to play with you. So your loved ones, your family, your friends, allow them to be right. Allow your children to be right. Say this. Say, you know what? I think you may be right. I wasn't thinking about it like this before. I can see your point of view. And they'll go, really? And they will want to talk with you because you listen to them. I'm going to close right now and open it up for questions, but I'll leave you with one story, okay? Just one story. I love stories. Don't you love stories?
Yeah.
This is the only way we learn is stories. Once upon a time, in a place in Japan, one of the villages, in fact, it was less than 100 years ago, they still practice this. There is a mountain, a plateau, a flat mountain, where the villagers would bring all of the old people and all of the handicapped people and bring them to the top of the mountain because they were no longer useful in the village, and they would allow them to die because they believed that the gods would come and take them directly to heaven. This was the belief, that they leave all the old and decrepit and handicapped people out there. One day, a young man was seen carrying his mother on his back, and he was having a tough time walking up the slope because the mother was reluctant. She was holding onto the branches, and he kept pulling and pulling, and boom, the branch would break, and then she would grab another branch, and then he would pull again, and the branch would break, and then another branch, and he would grab another branch, and for a few hundred yards up the mountain, halfway up, he was exhausted because she kept holding onto the branches. And so he put her down, and he said, "What are you doing, woman?" Mother, woman calls her. "I am trying to take you up to the top of the mountain to be with the gods, but you are holding on to the branches and making it very difficult." And she cried, and tears were coming down her eyes, and she said, "Son, I'm not holding on to the branches to make your journey hard. I'm trying to break the branches so that I will leave a trail. And so when you leave me at the top of the mountain, you will safely find your way back home." Mother's love. If you can develop that kind of love for your fellow human beings, your children, your wife, your husband, your friends, your neighbors, your family, your countrymen, what a beautiful world this would be, don't you think? Don't you think? Give from the heart. Give from the heart. And if you need any more help, well, you can find me. I'm not that hard to find. Thank you for allowing me today to talk and to break some branches for you, so that eventually you can find your way back home. This is home for you, your heart. Once your heart comes alive, there's nothing you can't do. Bring it back alive. Forget all the pain. Not your fault that it happened. Not their fault. They're all stupid. Forget the pain. Let's go forward. Forget the bad energy. Forget the unforgiving. Let's go forward. Time for a new life. Don't you agree? You have any questions? Now's a good time to ask me. Yes. Well, the law of attraction is very dangerous for me. More so than most people. Because my mind is very clear, sometimes when I'm alone, I try not, if you can believe it, I am a very shy person. I know. Doesn't look like it, doesn't sound like it, but if I'm in a room, I prefer to be by myself than talking with people. I don't do this very often. But that's why I don't go to parties and things like that, because I don't know what to do. You put me in front of 1 million people or a few thousand people, easy. But you put me in a room of 5 or 6 or 10 people, I don't know what to say. Don't know what to do. And so I have to play a different part. So for me, I sit alone a lot. And I meditate. I think about stuff. And I generate a lot of ideas. Sometimes if you leave me alone for 2 hours, an entire book comes out of me. And I don't know where it's coming from. And it's coming. I write poetry. I write music. But I can't read or write, but I can compose. I don't know how that happened, but I can. So I try to do all these things. So whenever activate the law of attraction, I have to be careful, because whatever I want so far has come. That's very dangerous, because the law of attraction doesn't discern between positive or negative or good for you. It's just whatever you want, boom, there it is. It just delivers. So I have to be very careful. Any other questions? Yes.
So a story about the two guys that were married and the guy was engaged to them. Yeah. What happened to those two men?
The two guys, the one that slipped on the ice and fell. I purposely didn't answer that, because I want you to go pick up that book somewhere and read it. You want to know what really happened?
Yeah.
But I don't want to spoil your day though. Because if I tell you what happened, you would go, oh, I want a happy ending. She decided to leave him because she could not forgive.